Hi, so have you ever been in a situation where you've met someone for the first time, or there's someone you know really well who is upset? You're not involved, but they are upset, and you wonder, how do I help this person? What can I do for them? What's the right thing to say? And you're kind of almost on tenterhooks, wondering what to do, what to say, and is it all the right thing? So if this has ever been you, this video is perfect. You're going to know how to do emotional first aid by the end of this video. And I like to call it emotional first aid because it's kind of like coming to an accident scene. You're thinking, okay, now what do I do? But there's no blood, there's no obvious physical trauma, but the person is in trauma. So I'm going to share with you a technique called mirroring, which I've learned from the Coaching Institute and I use with my clients all the time, and it makes such a big difference for them just to be heard, to be seen and heard for being who they are in the middle of their mess. And this is such a powerful thing because it helps us to actually accept our emotions and heal them, rather than just sweep them under the carpet where they can build up and eventually basically kind of like fester like an infection. A bit like if taking the first aid metaphor, if we were just to put a plaster or a band-aid onto a wound without first cleaning it, it's going to fester and get infected, right? So this process enables us to clear out the emotion, to heal. So if you come across someone who's really upset, and it could be anything, it could be grieving, it could be even over what is seemingly a small thing. And if you do see someone who's upset over what seems to be nothing, think about this. Think about the straw that broke the camel's back. Was it the small straw that broke the camel's back? No, of course not. It was the massive load they were already carrying, and that one last straw was just one straw too many. And it can be like that. So if on the surface it seems like a small thing, underneath it all it's probably a really big deal. So use this only when you are not involved in the reason that they're upset. And this is a completely one-way technique. There's no conversation, there's no dialogue, it's all about them. So what do? You find someone who's upset, what do you do? Ask permission for everything. This is the number one thing. And that means, is it okay if I sit with you? Is it okay if I touch you? Is it okay if I give you a hug? Is it okay if I get you a drink? Do you need a drink? Ask permission for everything. That's how you know you're doing the right thing, because when they give you a yes or a no, and either answer is fine, whenever you act upon their request, you are doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing by that person at that time, and that's perfect. I'm going to add to this and say, if they're breathing really, if they're really rackingly sobbing and going for it, you can ask them to breathe. Take some deep breaths in. Let them know they're okay. Tell them you're sorry that they're going through what they're going through right now, that no one else should have to go through this. No one should go through that. No one deserves this, especially them. That it sounds terrible, that it sounds hard when they're sharing with you what's going on for them. Take their emotions seriously. Give them weight. Honour and respect what it is that they're feeling. Whatever it is, whether it's anger, whether it's feeling hurt, whether it's grief. Make it okay that they're feeling that and really give its weight. Instead of like, oh, it's nothing. It's everything. This must mean everything to you. This is terrible. Normalize it. It's okay. It's perfectly normal that you feel this way. Anyone in your situation would feel this way. Maybe that's not the best example, but it's unsurprising that you feel this way given what you've been going through. It's normal. Reflect back to them what you've heard. and what you think you've seen. So you share with them what it is that you're seeing and you're hearing from them. And be okay with getting it wrong. Ask if it's okay for you to share what it is that you're seeing and hearing. Ask if it's okay to share your insights. And like I said, be okay with getting it wrong. Because if you do, that's okay. It just ask the question, tell me more. Here's what not to do. Don't assume you know what they need. So don't go just giving them a big hug, because that might be the thing that they really don't want. You might just breach the boundaries. You might just made them feel really uncomfortable. It might be that their body feels so uncomfortable right now because it's so tense with all this emotion going through that having someone else's touch makes them feel even worse. So don't assume that you know what they need. Do not make it about you. It's not about you. And you can do this. So don't do these things. Don't say things like, me too. It's not about you. And also with that, don't cry. If they're crying, don't cry with them. Don't express the emotions that they're experiencing, because that makes it again about you. Don't worry if you're doing the right thing or not, because by asking the questions, you'll be getting the answers. So it comes back to don't make assumptions, really, but don't worry. You'll be, as long as you do the do's, you'll be fine. So, and don't make light of their emotions. So don't say things like, you'll be fine, it will pass, it's not that bad, look on the bright side, chin up, it's all good. Don't do that to someone. Because what you're saying is it's not okay. It's not normal. There's something wrong with you. And actually they're perfectly fine. There's nothing to be fixed. There's nothing broken. They're just a human being going through an emotional experience. And that's perfectly okay and normal for whatever it is that they're going through. So don't take their emotions lightly. And those phrases do take their emotions lightly. Don't laugh. Don't try and laugh it off. It's not appropriate here. And don't try to fix them. They're whole and complete just as they are. And they're doing the best they can with what they have. And they just need someone like you to sit with them, to validate them, to acknowledge them for who they are and where they're at right now. And you'll find that when you do this for someone, you're being a real friend to that person. You might be the first person that's ever sat and listened to them properly. It might be the first time they've ever gone through an emotion like that and let it go properly, healthily, instead of holding it in and keeping it there, letting it fester. So I would love to hear if you got an aha moment out of this video. If you use this, I'd love for you to come back and share how it went. I'll also put in the description a link to my website, and there I will have a little wallet-sized card for you that you can print off and you can put in your wallet. So if you come across a situation like this, you can pull that out and you can read it. You can even stick it on your fridge at home so that it's always there in your mind's eye so that this situation comes up where you could use this, you can just use it, grab it, maybe get a friend on the phone pouring your heart out, grab that card and read it. And you can use this for anyone, young, old, male, female, it really doesn't matter, man to man, woman to woman, child to child, whatever age and stage you are in life, we can do this for each other. And could you imagine, the world would be a much different place if we knew how to do these emotional first aids. So again, please share your experiences if you use this technique. I'd love to hear how it goes. If you'd like more videos like this one, check them out here. And also, of course, subscribe. I'm dedicated to making daily videos for you to bring you closer to yourself, have better relationships with your family and friends, and also bring you into a beautiful state of relaxation and bliss. So have an awesome day wherever you are in the world. Namaste.